episode 87 review right now. Alright, this episode was hype as fuck. Okay? I talked about it in my last episode review. I was very disappointed with the way they handled it. And I was not looking forward to this episode. So I'm glad and I'm happy that it was a really damn good episode and everything that I wanted to happen actually ended up happening. Okay? First, you gotta make this official turn. Okay? I've been calling it for over a year. I'm glad it happened. I'm glad that we got the confirmation that Spindle and Gideon have been working together. All the sus things that Spindle was doing was all part of Gideon's plan. We know this, okay? We knew this. Matthew thought, no, we knew this. So I'm glad that we got the confirmation for that. I'm happy that they had Zygarde do what it did, okay? I'm happy that they had that whole, like, I'm out here trying to protect ecosystem shit, which I knew was going to happen. Bro, this episode was amazing. And Lucius is back, too. Like, that's the only part that I'm like, wait, what? And that's like the only weird thing about this episode. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just that I kind of was hoping that Lucius was going to be a ghost, not actually him being there alive. Like, I get the whole thing about the Requiem being like the fountain of youth shit, like that's like the embodiment of what it's supposed to be, because like even Gideon, who's like a decrepit old man, like as soon as he got a hold of some Requiem and injected it into his body, he like was able to like stand up from his fucking automatic wheelchair shit like that. So like I get that that's the whole point of the Requiem and that it has its properties, but like Lucius looks exactly the same. He's been inside this fucking crystal for over 100 years, and I'm like, they could have at least had it to where he was dead. Why is Bristol the only one that died? What? Like, what is this? Bristol's the only one that lived a full life and died. And you got Gibby over here drugging himself every fucking day. And then you got Lucius over here just living in the middle of a crystal sphere and shit like that. You know, just like, bro. I also love the way that Lucius was like, this was your journey. Because, like, in the last episode, the explorers were talking shit to the kids. Like, oh, we made you do this, right? This is all on us. And the kids were like, no, this was our journey. And it was the way we made it out to be. And then Lucius was straight up saying like, yeah, I knew everything was happening. And he was like, yeah, and I get Tropicos to the future people and whatever the fuck. But like, the fact that you guys went out of your way to bring Tropicos because you wanted to help Tropicos, like that was your journey. So that was nice to see, right? But I'm just, this episode is so good because it really emphasizes like what we all knew from the beginning, right? What I've been saying for a while, right? Every time we talk about like Gideon and his Zygarde, like it's kind of weird that this man is over here with this guy who's like trying to like destroy the world with this thing that isn't actually a good thing for the environment. I mentioned it in past episode reviews that my biggest problem with the way that we're handling Zygarde is like they're trying to put Zygarde as like, oh, he was being manipulated by Lucius and by Rayquaza and all this other stuff. But realistically speaking, like I said, these two were working in tandem with each other. Like Rayquaza and Zygarde knew what was up, right? So when you hear like, cause Zygarde, like, you know, Gideon tells Zygarde to dig up the fucking Requiem, right? And you're just like, oh, that's I guess we were wrong. But no, this motherfucker did it to rescue Lucius. And then we get the backstory of like, hey, like Zygarde doesn't trust this thing, and he's the one that went for Rayquaza. Like, he's the one that opened up and called out to Rayquaza when he noticed all the shit that was happening. And you're just sitting there like, I knew it. I knew Zygarde wasn't going to fuck with this thing because he doesn't like it. Zygarde, as a Pokemon, as a concept, is the embodiment of order and nature. And you mean to tell me this magical fucking stone that can cause Pokemon to go berserk and is a threat to the natural order of things is really going to be out here being like, yes, let's use this thing. No, he was vehemently against it, and it sacrificed itself to guarantee that this shit wasn't out there doing no harm. And the fact that throughout the past 100 years, it's been the one snitching on everybody to Lucius, to have one of his little blobs talking to Lucius and telling, like, showing everything that happened in the world and stuff like that. Because Zygarde was literally out here, like, watching over everything, making sure that the Requiem wasn't causing, you know, any dangers or it wasn't spreading or nothing like that. So I'm just saying, like I personally am not like the biggest fan of Zygarde in terms of like the Pokemon itself, but the lore behind it is fucking legit. And this was well done. This was well executed. And like Spinel, Spinel being a scumbag. Like now it's like, okay, it's time to fucking go. And like I said, Amethio was gonna go with the kids at some point. Like they were told they were gonna team up. So now it's gonna be like Amethio and the kids, and then like, well, actually Freedy's out because like Charizard and Cap are like dead because they got like hit with the gas or whatever the hell with the Recurium thing. So they're out. But like, so it's like Amethio and the kids versus Gibby and Zygarde. And I don't know how they're gonna handle the fucking heroes because the heroes are out, right? So I'm assuming they're gonna have to do something. What I'm hoping that's gonna happen is like we just focus the next episode on like the fight between Amethio and the kids versus Gideon and like the Zygarde, and like you're gonna have to have Rayquaza in there because in the opening you have like Rayquaza attacking Zygarde at a certain point, so that has to happen at some point. And I'm hoping that it's Roy that's like directing Rayquaza what to do, because that would be fucking hype. Because they already got Liko with Terapagos. Terapagos is now at the battle form, and I'm assuming we're gonna get like it's gonna like terrestrialize some shit, which is what I'm confused about because all the kids terrestrialize and Amethio terrestrializes. So we got all 4 Terra Pokemon versus Zygarde, but like Terapagos is there, like it's in its battle form, but we have to see it terrestrialize at some point. My question is how it's going to happen, and then what that's going to imply to the Rayquaza, because the Rayquaza has to terrestrialize as well, right? Because that's the whole fucking gimmick. I don't know what they're going to do with Zygarde, right? And I'm hoping, well, in some sense, I'm hoping that we do get to see Zygarde complete form, because that would make it a lot, like 10 times better. But I don't know if they're going to go that route, because maybe to destroy the Recurium. That might end up happening. But that's a theory for another day. Overall, like, I really enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed this episode. Lucius is out here handing the reins to the future generation to destroy the Recurium, because this shit is not, like, good for the world, right? It's a foreign object that came from outer space, according to them. I don't fucking know. But overall, like, I really enjoyed this episode. I'm really glad that after that disappointing episode from last week, we got this hype up episode as a follow-up. And I love the lore stuff that's happening in them. And then the lore dump that they did with Zygarde and how it's been monitoring shit for 100 years. And like all the fucking heroes doing their shit. And like Zygarde and Rayquaza were bros and shit. Like, bro, that shit was hype. Okay? I was hyped as fuck. This episode was great. It was a great like lift off for me. I'm happy. Like, I got chills, man. This You know, when you see me complain in an episode and then you see me in another review, like all hyped and shit, that's a good sign, okay? That's a good sign for things to come. So, I can't wait to see Zygarde blow all these kids away, okay? They're not going to be able to defeat Zygarde. I know that for a fact, but that's why you got to get Terapagos and Rayquaza to do this shit. I feel a little bad for Dot because she's going to be left in the dust, but it is what it is. Anyways, I'm looking forward to next week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your thoughts, comments in the comment section below what you guys thought about the episode and about this review. I have been your boy SoresanCrockxen, and I will see you all in future videos, streams, shorts, everything in between.